Hey, it's the Right Rican, and I'm back. I'm back. I took a little hiatus. Originally, it was just going to be like a couple of days because I had some stuff to do, but Uvalde happened, and I just didn't. I just didn't feel like doing anything at that time. I have a kid. I have two kids myself. I have a kid who's about to start kindergarten, so it close to home, and anyone who follows me or my channel knows I am totally against gun control. And here's why. Okay. I am going to show you this is came across this tweet and um here it goes. So I came across this tweet here. Damn, I just see that this is doubling. This is actually showing um hold on. I'm sorry about that. uh come back and I'm rusty. Um, Here we go. That's better. There you go. Now you can see. So here it goes. I saw this tweet a friend of mine shared. Do you know what psychopaths use here? And this is someone from Japan. Gasoline. Much easier than purchasing a gun in your country. Goes here. The Kyoto animation arson attack in 2019 killed 36 and injuring 34. And the Osaka psychiatric clinic arson attack in 2021 killed 27 and injured one. And I'm not one to take tweets as gospel, so I went and Google searched it. Here it goes. Fire tears through Japanese psychiatric clinic, killing 24 in possible arson attack. So, crazy guy, did an arson attack there. Another crazy guy. Here goes. The Kyoto animation as arson attack has its own wiki page. Okay. So, and it goes here, the suspect who did not work for the studio entered the front door carrying 11 gallons of gasoline and doused the area and several employees before igniting it. After setting himself on fire while lighting the fuel, the suspect attempted to flee but was apprehended by the police. It says he screamed about plagiarism. There's crazy people in this world. Okay. Um, Here's another. Uh, this is from 2021. As America struggles with gun violence, China faces its own public safety threat: mass stabbings. Okay. So here goes. Here's China. China actually has, as there's a wiki page of school attacks in China. Okay. So it goes here. The spat of attacks left at least 90 dead and some 273 injured. Okay. And here's a list of the attacks. I'm just going to go to the first couple so you can see. It goes here. This guy murdered 8 children in Fujian province. Um, it goes here. They feared copycats, which happens over here. It goes, media reported a history of mental health issues, but police stated that Zhang had no history of mental illness. Okay. But it goes here, the attack he performed because if he felt he was unfair treatment from a girl's wealthy family. Here's April 2010. April 13th, a mentally ill man went on a stabbing rampage at Jizing Primary School in. Okay, I'm going to stop trying to butcher these names. Killing an 80-year-old boy and an 80-year-old woman passerby. So, I mean, here let's go to the latest one here, April 2021. On April 29th, 2021, a knife-wielding man broke into a school, killing 2 children and wounding 16 others. The mass stabbing occurred in Beilu, a city in Guangxi, of southern China. A man with the surname Zheng, age 24, was apprehended by police. It goes, he reported the suspect was going through a divorce and his wife worked at the school. Crazy people do crazy things. Okay. Here's the UK. UK launches murder probe after mass stabbings. After mass stabbing. Here's another article. Risk factors associated with knife crime in the UK among young people aged 10 to 24 years old. It goes here since 2013, the number of violent crimes and offenses by sharp instruments have increased continually following a previous decrease, with a majority of cases occurring among young people in London. What did that? What did they end up calling for? Or it goes here: getting a knife is like ordering a pizza. The reality of Britain's knife crime epidemic, and it's like it's a knife, okay? And on cue, just like here in the country, in our country, where we have guns, what do they go for? Knife control. He called for knife control in London. Okay. So here's the thing. Like I said, crazy people would do crazy things. The tool could be a gun, the tool could be a knife, the tool could be a bat, the tool could be gallons of gasoline. Okay. We don't need gun control. We need crazy people control. When it comes to the schools, why do these people do it? Go to schools because they're soft targets. Okay, they're soft targets. We don't. You could go like my and where I live, my son's schools. You have to get buzzed in, and you got to get buzzed in again before you can enter the school. It's bulletproof glass, so even if someone comes in with a gun, they can't. Once they're trapped in that area, they're done. They're done. They can't leave. So, what I say is you got to protect these schools. I mean, let's say, for example, I'm not happy with the fencing. You need better fencing. People can't be able to just hop over a fence to get into these children. They could get kidnapped. I mean, forget just these mass shootings. They could get abducted by someone that could just grab a kid over a fence and put them in their car and run. But crazy people do crazy things. So how about, instead of looking into gun control, let's harden the schools. Let's harden these soft targets. Let's catch these people, or at least let's get these people the help that they need before they feel the need to go out and do this. I was just hearing on the way over here that apparently the Uvalde killer liked to kill animals, cats in particular, and he would walk around with a bag with cats. How the hell does someone walk around with a bag of cats and nobody says anything to any authority that could have went and said a cop could have investigated and this kid could have got the mental help that he needed? Okay. And in response to our stuff, you'll have here dictator Trudeau announcing that a bill to cap sales, transfer, and imports of all handguns in the country. Okay. This is why we have a Second Amendment. Because you know what? With all these Democrats screaming about gun control, guess what? What this guy says, there's no Second Amendment in Canada. It's much easier to do a gun ban there, where here you'd have to repeal the Second Amendment, and that's not very popular. But we have to, it's not the tool that does the damage, it's the person. We need a better community. I'm not going to share anymore with this. We need better community. We need people to feel connected. That's the biggest difference that's occurred in the last 50, 60 years. People don't have a sense of community. People don't have a sense, you don't know your neighbors. Okay. I just had to call the cops the other day because some old lady was screaming for help. I figured she had dementia, but I called the cops just to be safe. I'm guilty of the same thing. We all have our busy lives. I didn't know that his mom was there, who has dementia, that lives in his house. But the problem is, he probably can't afford to have someone there to take care of her while he goes out to work. So I mean, there has to be, um, this person needs services. Not only can she hurt herself, but she could hurt others. Um, but we need to be neighborly. We need to have community. Now that I know that happens, next time I see my neighbor, because I know he works a lot, I'll grab his number. So like that could be like, hey, your mom's outside calling for help again. But these are things that we don't. When I was a kid, I remember I cut class one day, and somebody saw me. Guess what? They told my mother. That's community. You fix a kid before they go wrong. And that's the problem that we have, where we throw a tablet to a kid, and they lose themselves in the tablet when they don't go outside with other kids, interact. You meet the other families in your neighborhood. Shoot, my mother lives, this is in the rural area, okay? Even my mom that lives in New York, she only knows maybe one or two neighbors by name in an apartment building. Where growing up in our apartment building, we knew the whole building. Everybody knew us. We've lost that in this country. We've lost the sense of unity among each other. The community that bonded us, whether it was your faith, whether it was the building you lived in, the block you lived in, the neighborhood you lived in. We've lost it. I don't know how to we go about regaining it. I don't know if it's the fact that the churches don't unite us anymore. Because politics has seeped into everything. You can't go to a baseball game. The San Francisco's manager saying he's not going to come out for the national anthem until there's gun control. You have the idiot Steve Kerr talking about 50 senators hijacking this. You're talking about people talking about the most ironic thing to me is when Democrats are like, oh, Republicans have blood on their hands for dead children, when they support abortion, which actually kills children. But they don't say that's blood on their hand. That's the irony. It's like, don't come to me and tell me one party has blood on their hands when you support the actual killing of children. But that's the craziness that's going on right now. There's no sense of community. You know, there's no sense of, we're united as Americans. We're united as, people who live in a neighborhood. People keep to themselves. Maybe it's TV, maybe the internet that was supposed to connect us all really has caused us to lose connection and talk to each other and interact with each other. And people, you have your smartphones. When you eat dinner, how many times you go to eat dinner and you see the two parents on their phone and the kids on their tablets? Okay. When I go out to eat, I have a special needs son, so I give him his tablet. So, so he'll basically keep still. But my other kid, I don't bring the tablet when we go out to eat. But this is little stuff like this to create connection, to create community. Those are the little things I could think about. But look at all these, you know, like I said, look at this. I'm gonna go back here real quick, just to go to this screen right here, and with this one with China and all the school attacks. So it's not just in our country. It's a soft target in any country. People take their kids to school and think that they're safe. You hope they're safe, but you never know what could happen. If it's not a mass shooting. It could be a mass stabbing. It could be, like I said, the fence suck. They're just chain link fence that someone could just plow a car into a school playground. You don't know. There's crazy people, but we need to figure out how do we, you know, uh, how as a community you find these and weed out these crazies, because gun control is not going to solve the problem of what's in an evil person's heart, in a mental person's heart. We don't, the only thing that's going to solve that is we go back to small communities where people, help each other out, where people go, oh, hey, I saw your son or daughter, uh killing squirrels, and um that's a red flag for mental illness of people who kill animals for fun. So, how about crazy people control? How about we try that out? And let me know what you guys think. I'm the Ray Rican. Follow me on YouTube and Rumble. Interact with me on social media. Please leave a comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. And have a good one, everyone.